Welcome to Shadows of Reality. Here, we slow down and wander through the mysteries of existence, the stars above, the thoughts within, the science that shapes our world. All are part of the story we share together. This is your quiet space to reflect, to wonder, and to rest. So breathe deeply and let us begin the journey. Chapter 1. The Sky as a Blanket of Time. When you look upward, the night sky stretches like a vast quilt, stitched with stars from long ago. Every glimmer is not just a point of light, but a message from the past, whispering across space. Your body softens as you realize you're gazing not only at space, but at time itself. The sky becomes both a mirror of memory and a cradle for your drifting thoughts. The night is still, and you're lying back beneath it, the air cool against your skin. Above you stretches a canvas so wide and so endless that the mind cannot hold it all at once. You notice how the sky seems less like a ceiling and more like a vast, soft blanket pulled over the earth, its edges tucked beyond the horizon, its surface glittering with tiny stitches of light. Each star is not simply a decoration in the fabric, but a thread holding together something far older, far deeper. You let your gaze linger on a single star, one faint but steady point. Its light feels near, close enough to touch, yet your mind whispers a truth. What reaches your eyes tonight left its source a long time ago. Light moves quickly, faster than anything else we know. But even speed has its limits in the endless reaches of space. That little star might be tens or hundreds of light years away. The glow you see is a traveler who began its journey long before this moment, perhaps before you were born, before your parents were born, even before your ancestors first looked upward with wonder. You are not looking at the star as it is now, but as it was then. The night sky, you realize, is not just space above you. It is time, stretched and layered, woven into a visible tapestry. When you look upward, you're not merely seeing distance, you are seeing history. You close your eyes for a moment, and the thought settles into your body like a weightless truth. The stars are storytellers. They carry with them the memory of what was, and they gift it to you in the quiet of the night. To lie under the sky is to lie under a blanket of messages from the past. Take another breath. Notice how your body sinks deeper into rest as you imagine those messages drifting downward, gently, like snowflakes of light. They have crossed distances so large that words almost fail to measure them. If you were to count a single light year, the distance light travels in 1 year, you would find a number so vast that it would feel like trying to measure the ocean with a teacup. Multiply that by 100, 1,000, and still you have not left the quilt above your head. Time folds and stretches here. Some of the stars you see may no longer even exist in the present moment. They might have collapsed, burned out, or exploded in brilliant supernovas long ago. Yet their light continues, arriving faithfully, like a letter delayed in the post, but still carrying love. In this way, the night sky is filled not only with stars, but with ghosts, with echoes, with presences that belong to another era, yet still shine for you tonight. And so, you are not only gazing outward, but backward. You are a traveler of time, seated safely on Earth, and the universe opens its archive above you, one glimmer at a time. The constellations help you trace those stories. Orion with his belt, the great bear with her long tail, Cassiopeia reclining in her chair. People across history have looked at the same quilt and traced their own shapes, their own myths, their own guides. What is astonishing is not only that they saw these same stars, but that they saw them in their own past. The stars were already ancient when human eyes first traced patterns between them. Tonight, as you trace them again, you join a lineage of gazing. You become one more link in a chain of wonder stretching across cultures and centuries. The quilt above you, then, is not silent. It hums softly with memory. It is both cosmic and human, both eternal and intimate. The night sky has always been our storybook, a place where we read not only about the universe, but about ourselves. Let your body rest a little deeper now. Your breath slows to match the rhythm of the quiet above. The air feels cooler, as though it too is stitched with night. The thought arises, what else does this blanket hold? Not just stars, but planets, nebulae, galaxies, each further away, each carrying with it older messages, older whispers of time. Some galaxies you cannot see with your eyes, but telescopes have shown them, light arriving not from years ago, not from centuries ago, but from billions of years ago. When you look at those faintest glows, you are witnessing the early days of the universe itself, like turning the first fragile pages of an ancient book. Imagine that. To lie under the sky is to lie within a story whose beginning you can glimpse but never fully touch. A story that is still being written, even now, above you, around you, within you. And yet, this blanket is not overwhelming. Its vastness does not press down, but instead lifts something from you. It reminds you that your worries, heavy as they sometimes feel, are only brief sparks in comparison to the patience of the cosmos. The stars have waited millions of years to meet your eyes tonight. They will wait again tomorrow, and the next night, and the next. Their patience cradles you, and you let yourself sink deeper into rest. The quiet deepens, the air grows still, and you feel as though time itself slows to the rhythm of your breath. In a way, it does. For when you focus on the stars, on the patient journey of their light, your sense of time softens. Minutes stretch into hours, hours into something wider, something less rigid. You begin to feel the truth that time is not just something you move through, but something that moves through you. Think of how your body itself carries time. The atoms in your bones have histories longer than the earth itself. The carbon in your cells, the oxygen in your breath, all were born in the hearts of ancient stars, released into space, gathered into clouds, shaped into planets, and eventually into you. When you gaze upward at the blanket of time, you're also gazing inward. The stars above and the atoms within are part of the same story. Let that comfort sink into you. The sky is not a stranger, it is kin. Its vastness is not empty, it is full of echoes that already live inside you. You take another breath. You feel the gentle tug of sleep, like a tide pulling you closer to its shore. Yet curiosity lingers, like a small flame that will not extinguish. What else lies above you? Beyond the quilt of visible stars, what hidden truths breathe in the dark? Your mind drifts to the stars themselves, those pulsing hearts of fire scattered across the night. You wonder, do they too have rhythms, patterns, breaths of their own? Could the universe itself be breathing through them, slowly, patiently, in cycles far larger than your own. Chapter 2. The slow breathing of stars. Live and breathe in rhythms, expanding and contracting like lungs of the cosmos. You imagine their warmth, pulsing slowly as though the universe inhales and exhales. Their colors are not accidents, but signatures of their secret fires. Their calm endurance steadies your own breath as sleep draws nearer. You lie beneath the same sky as before, the blanket of time still stretched above you. But now, your attention drifts toward the stars themselves, the glowing hearts of the night. You have seen them as distant messengers, lights from the past, but now you begin to sense that they are more than points of light. They are alive in their own way. They breathe, not like you breathe, with lungs and air. Their breathing is slower, deeper, woven into rhythms that take years, centuries, millennia. But if you look carefully, if you imagine patiently, you begin to sense it. Stars swell and shrink, brighten and dim, as if the universe itself is inhaling and exhaling through them. Your own chest rises and falls. In that quiet moment, you feel a connection. Your small breath and their vast breath, two patterns belonging to the same universe. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture a star, not flat, not distant, but as a sphere of living fire. At its center, nuclear fusion hums, turning the simplest element, hydrogen, into something more complex. This process releases light, warmth, energy, everything that makes a star shine. But fusion is not always steady. It pulses like a heartbeat, like breath. Some stars, called variable stars, visibly swell and contract. Their outer layers expand outward, cooling, then contract inward, heating again. If you could watch them closely, over days or months, you would see them grow brighter and then softer, brighter and softer, like a lantern flickering in a steady wind. The star is not dying. It is simply breathing, as you are breathing now. And yet, stars also breathe in another sense. Their lifetimes are cycles, long arcs of birth, growth, and eventual rest. A star begins as a cloud of gas, pulled together by gravity. Slowly, the pressure builds until its heart ignites with fusion, and it begins to shine. It lives in balance for millions or billions of years, depending on its size. Then, when its fuel runs low, it changes, swelling into a giant, or collapsing into something smaller, or exploding into something brighter than an entire galaxy for a brief time. This cycle is the slowest breath of all, the inhale of birth, the long pause of life, and the exhale of transformation. Think of your own breath as you listen to this. Inhale, and you feel the newness, the beginning. Hold gently, and you feel the fullness of life. Exhale, and you feel release, change, continuation. In this way, your breath mirrors the breath of stars. Let yourself drift deeper into this thought. The stars' colors tell their secrets too. Some shine blue, fierce and hot, burning their fuel quickly, living fast lives. Others glow yellow, like our sun, steady and warm. Others are red, cooler, older, moving more slowly through their long breaths. The color is a language telling you the rhythm of their lives, their pace, their song. Imagine now that you are surrounded not by silence, but by the music of these rhythms. Each star is like an instrument in an infinite orchestra, each breathing its own note, some quick and sharp, some long and low, some almost silent. Together, they form a harmony so vast your ears cannot catch it, but your body can feel it. It is the hum of existence itself. The thought calms you. Your worries feel small against the patience of this cosmic breathing. If stars can wait for millions of years between breaths, then perhaps you can wait a little too. You do not need to rush. You are already moving to the rhythm of something greater. Now, picture yourself closer, not just lying beneath the sky, but drifting nearer to one of these stars. Imagine its surface, boiling, rippling, alive with plasma, which is matter so hot it behaves like a fluid of light. Streams of gas arc outward in great flares, looping back as though the star is tossing its hair in slow motion. From afar, the star is calm and steady. Up close, it is restless, full of motion, full of breath, and yet you're not afraid. The star does not threaten you. Instead, it feels like a living companion, distant but related. You realize that without such stars, there would be no warmth on planets, no energy for life, no light for eyes to see. Stars breathe, and in their breathing, you exist. Take another slow breath in and out. Let it match the imagined rhythm of a star's pulse. Notice how your body softens as you sink yourself to something so ancient, so steady. Your thoughts drift now to our own sun. By day, it is too bright to look at, but by night, you can think of it more gently. Our sun, too, is a star, steady, yellow, warm, middle-aged. It breathes slowly, a calm inhale and exhale that has lasted for billions of years. It will continue long after tonight, long after you have drifted into sleep, long after generations yet to come. The sun is the star closest to you, the one whose breathing sustains every leaf, every drop of water, every breath you take. Its pulse is your pulse. Even the solar flares, the storms that leap from its surface, are part of its rhythm. They send streams of charged particles outward, which sometimes dance with Earth's magnetic field and paint the skies with auroras, shimmering curtains of green and purple light. You may never see them directly, but they are proof that the sun is alive, breathing, sending whispers of itself across space. And then you remember, stars are not isolated. They exist together, in clusters, in galaxies, in great webs that stretch across the universe. They breathe together, not in unison, but in chorus. Imagine billions of stars, each pulsing, each glowing, each singing its note. Their breaths overlap and weave together, forming patterns too vast for you to hear, but not too vast for you to feel. Your eyelids grow heavy. Your body sinks deeper into stillness. You sense that your own breathing is part of this chorus. Each inhale is a tiny echo of a star's beginning. Each exhale is a tiny echo of a star's ending. Your breath is not separate from the stars, but continuous with them. And so, the night feels less empty. The stars are not cold strangers. They are companions, each with a rhythm, each with a patience, each reminding you that you belong to something vast and ongoing. You begin to wonder, if stars breathe, if they pulse and cycle, what about the nearest companion you can always see with your own eyes? Not just the stars in the distance, but the silver presence that rises faithfully in the night sky. You turn your thoughts toward it, already imagining its glow. The Moon. Chapter 3. The Moon. As a gentle companion, the moon floats near, a silent neighbor, with ancient scars and silver glow. It pulls softly at your oceans, at the tides of your blood, at the rhythm of your rest. You drift with its phases, waxing and waning like dreams. The moon reminds you that stillness and change can exist together. You feel the stars still breathing above you, their slow rhythms steadying your own. But your gaze drifts downward towards something nearer, something softer, something that feels like it belongs to you. The moon rises, round and luminous, a gentle companion that has watched you and everyone before you. For as long as there have been eyes to see, the moon is different from the stars. It does not blaze with its own fire. Instead, it reflects the sun's light, holding it in silence, softening it, turning it into silver. Where the sun is too bright to look at directly, the moon invites your eyes to linger. It is a light you can gaze into without pain, a glow that soothes rather than overwhelms. Its face is scarred, pitted with craters, streaked with plains of ancient rock. Yet those scars are not flaws. They are memories. They are the story of billions of years, written on the surface where nothing grows to cover them, nothing erases them. To look at the moon is to look at a history untouched. It carries the memory of collisions, of creation, of time itself. And yet, despite its stillness, the moon moves. Every night it shifts slightly, rising later, changing shape. It waxes from a thin crescent to a glowing circle, then wanes back again, vanishing into darkness before returning. The moon is patient in its changes, never hurried, never uncertain. It reminds you that change does not have to be chaotic. Change can be a rhythm, a cycle, a song. Think of your own body as you watch it. Your breath comes and goes. Your heartbeat rises and falls. The tides of your blood flow with each pulse. These cycles are small, but they echo the moon's larger cycles. In fact, the moon touches you more deeply than you may realize. Its gravity pulls on Earth's oceans, creating tides that rise and fall like your breath. And because your body is mostly water, the moon pulls on you too, ever so gently, reminding you that you are part of the earth it moves. You close your eyes and imagine standing by the sea at night. The moon hovers above, and the tide creeps in, whispering against the shore. Then it retreats, only to return again. This rhythm has been steady for millions of years, long before you, long before human memory. And yet, it feels personal, as if the moon has been breathing with you all along. The moon does not only move water, it moves time. Ancient peoples used its cycles to measure months, to guide planting and harvest, to mark the rhythm of life. Even now, calendars remember its influence, though most of us forget to notice. The moon is a clock you can see with your eyes, one that has never stopped ticking, one that continues without batteries or hands. Think of how many lives have passed under it. Every generation has looked up at the same silver face, has seen the same crescents and circles. Poets have written to it, lovers have whispered under it, children have pointed at it, travelers have followed it, and you, lying here now, are part of that same thread, woven into the same story. But the moon is more than memory, it is balance. Without it, Earth would tilt wildly, spinning unstably, seasons shifting unpredictably. The moon steadies our planet, holding it at a gentle angle. That tilt gives us seasons, spring and autumn, the rhythm of planting and rest, of growth and stillness. Without the moon, life would be harsher, less steady, less kind. And so, the moon is not only a companion of beauty. It is a companion of necessity. It has been quietly shaping your world for longer than you can imagine. You take another breath and imagine what it would feel like to walk there, to stand on its surface. No air, no water, only silence so complete that even your heartbeat would sound like thunder in your ears. You would look up and see Earth hanging above you, blue and white, glowing with oceans and clouds. From the moon, Earth would look like the moon looks to you now, a companion in the sky, full of beauty, full of meaning. That thought comforts you. As much as you look at the moon, the Earth is looked back upon, reflected in silence, mirrored in space. And though the moon feels eternal, it too changes with time. Slowly, it drifts away from Earth, inch by inch, year by year. Long after you are gone, long after humanity has changed, the moon will be farther away, smaller in the sky. Yet for now, in your lifetime, it stays close, a loyal presence. Your body relaxes as you picture its phases. The new moon, invisible but present. The crescent, like a thin smile. The half, balanced between light and dark. The gibbous, almost full but not yet. The full moon, bright and round, bathing the night in silver. Each phase has its own feeling, its own mood, its own reminder that nothing is fixed, but nothing is lost. Let yourself drift with that thought. You, too, have phases. You grow, you change, you wax and wane. Some days you shine brightly, full and clear. Other days you retreat into shadow, unseen but still whole. The moon reminds you that all of it is natural, all of it belongs. Stillness and change can exist together. And as your thoughts quiet, you notice the moon's path across the sky. It rises, it arcs, it sets, always moving, always circling Earth in its steady dance. The dance is not rushed. It takes nearly a month to complete one orbit, a pace so slow and measured that it feels like a lullaby written in motion. You begin to wonder, if the moon is a companion to you, what companions does it have? Beyond the moon, beyond the stars nearest to us, what other vast structures move with equal patience, with equal grace? Your mind stretches outward again, imagining the sea of galaxies that lie beyond, each with billions of stars, each drifting in a current of invisible tides. The moon feels close, like a hand resting gently in yours. But far beyond it waits the great ocean, vast and endless, waiting to cradle your imagination. And so, as you breathe slowly and evenly, you let the moon guide you toward sleep, but also toward the next thought, the next journey. For if the moon is your companion, then galaxies are your sea. Chapter 4. The Ocean of Galaxies. Far beyond the stars you see, galaxies drift like glowing islands on an invisible sea. Some swirl in elegant spirals, some blaze in bursts, some are colliding slowly over eons. Their distances soothe you, because you know they are too far to rush, too vast to hurry. You fall into their quiet, endless current, rocked by the tide of light. You are still resting, with the moon's silver glow in your mind, its patient orbit circling the earth like a soft lullaby. Yet beyond the moon, beyond the stars that scatter your night sky, lies something greater still, an expanse so wide it cannot be held in a single thought. Out there, further than your eyes can reach, galaxies drift. Galaxies are not single stars, not small companions. They are entire families, entire nations of stars, gathered together in vast shapes, moving through the dark like floating islands on an invisible ocean. Some galaxies are spirals, their arms curling like seashells. Others are elliptical, smooth and rounded, like pearls. Some are irregular, scattered and chaotic, like clouds that refuse a single form. Each galaxy holds billions, sometimes trillions of stars, and around those stars, countless planets circle, unseen yet present, each carrying its own mysteries. Imagine the night sky you see above you, all the stars that dot its quilt. As countless as they feel, most belong to just one galaxy, your own, the Milky Way. To see another galaxy with your eyes is rare, but not impossible. On a clear, dark night, far from city lights, you might glimpse the Andromeda Galaxy, faint and blurred, like a smudge of light. That smudge is not a star, but an entire collection of perhaps a trillion suns. The thought is staggering, but in this moment, staggering is not frightening. Instead, it is soothing. The sheer distance between galaxies is so immense, so patient, that it frees you from urgency. Galaxies do not rush, they drift. They glide slowly in currents of gravity, like ships carried by tides you cannot see. Close your eyes. Picture yourself not on Earth now, but floating in the great ocean of space. Around you, galaxies stretch in every direction, glowing islands scattered across the black. Some are close enough that you can see their spiral arms spinning gently. Others are so far they appear only as tiny sparks, almost lost in the dark. Yet all of them move, slowly, steadily, carried by the invisible pull of the cosmos. Each galaxy hums with its own rhythm. Some are quiet, their stars burning steadily, their light soft and calm. Others are lively, full of newborn stars blazing with heat and color. Still others hold violent hearts, supermassive black holes at their centers, drawing matter inward, shaping the galaxy's motion. But from where you float, the violence is hidden, softened by distance, just as waves on a far shore seem gentle when seen from across a bay. You feel as if you are adrift on this ocean, a tiny boat rocked by the swell of light. The galaxies around you are not threatening, they are companions, each following its own path, each with its own shape, its own story. Think of the Milky Way, your home galaxy. It is a spiral, its arms curling outward in great loops of stars and dust. Within one of those arms, far from the center, lies your sun, your earth, your small place of rest. When you look up at the band of the Milky Way across a dark sky, you're seeing the galaxy from within, like looking at the edge of a great wheel from inside its rim. It stretches across the heavens, not a single object, but the combined glow of billions of stars. Now think of Andromeda again, the nearest large galaxy to your own. Though it is millions of light years away, its presence is a reminder that galaxies, too, have companions. The Milky Way and Andromeda are slowly drifting toward one another. In billions of years, they will meet and merge, spirals folding into one another, becoming a single, larger galaxy. The timescale is so vast that it does not bring fear. It brings calm because you know it will unfold slowly, gently, across a canvas of time too wide for worry. Your mind drifts further still. Galaxies are not scattered randomly. They form clusters, groups bound together by gravity. Clusters themselves form superclusters, linked into filaments that stretch across the universe like threads in a cosmic web. Between these filaments are vast voids, regions so empty they hold almost nothing at all. The pattern is beautiful, a lacework of light and shadow, of presence and absence. Imagine drifting along one of those filaments, carried by the tide of galaxies. You look outward and see not chaos, but structure. The universe arranges itself in patterns, not hurried, not clumsy, but graceful and deliberate. And in those patterns, you feel a strange comfort. Even the largest scales of existence hold rhythm and balance, just as your breath does, just as the tides of the sea do, just as the moon and planets do. You let this image steady you. The thought of galaxies moving through their currents eases your body, slows your mind. You feel rocked, as though lying in a cradle made not of wood, but of light and space. What are galaxies, truly, but collections of stories? Each star within them may hold planets. Each planet may hold oceans, mountains, perhaps even life. The distances are so great that you may never know their details, but that does not matter. Their presence alone is enough. They remind you that the universe is not empty. It is alive with possibilities, alive with motion, alive with quiet patience. You breathe again, slowly, matching the rhythm of this great ocean. Inhale, and you feel the galaxies drawing together. Exhale, and you feel them drifting apart. The universe expands around you, and you rest within it, weightless, unhurried. The stars above you feel different now. You know they belong to something larger. Each one is not just a lonely light, but part of a vast community, a tide of stars moving together. The quilt of the night sky becomes an ocean surface, and you are floating gently upon it. Your thoughts grow quieter, but a soft wonder remains. If galaxies are oceans, if their currents carry countless stars, then what does it mean for you that your body, your breath, your very atoms were born within them? What connection do you share with this great ocean of light? That question lingers in you like a tide that never recedes. It pulls you inward now, toward a truth more personal, more intimate, because if galaxies are seas of stars, then the stardust that fills them has also found its way into you. Chapter 5. Your body made of stardust. Inside your bones, your blood, your breath, live atoms once forged in stars. The iron in your blood was born in stellar explosions, the calcium in your teeth in stellar winds. You realize the universe does not only surround you, it flows through you. In knowing this, you find comfort. You are already at home in the cosmos. When you close your eyes tonight, your breath slows, and you imagine the stars above, not as distant ornaments, but as parts of your own hidden story. You are not separate from them. You never were. The quiet pulse in your veins, the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the delicate rhythm of your body, all of it carries the quiet fingerprints of ancient stars. The night sky is not only a view you look upon, it is a mirror of what you are. Think of iron, the quiet red metal that colors your blood. Every drop that flows through your body owes its existence to an ancient star that once collapsed and erupted. Billions of years ago, long before Earth was dust, a massive star lived a fiery life. In its heart, unimaginable heat and pressure fused lighter elements into heavier ones. When the star could burn no more, it died in a blaze, a supernova. In that final outpouring, iron was born, scattered like seeds across the universe. Those seeds traveled, drifting through interstellar space until they found their way into the clouds of matter that would form your world. Now that iron pulses in you. Every heartbeat carries a memory of a star's death, transformed into your living breath. You can think of your body as a quiet archive, a collection of cosmic relics reshaped into flesh. The calcium in your teeth and bones was crafted in stars more patient, stars that lived and blew soft winds of elements into space, layer after layer, until they returned their gifts to the universe. Your bones, steady and strong, are not merely yours. They are made from the whispers of dying stars, patiently giving themselves away so that life could rise. And then there is carbon, the backbone of life's chemistry. Carbon makes up your muscles, your brain, your very breath as you exhale. This element is born in the warm hearts of the stars through a delicate process, a balancing act of particles. Carbon is life's artist, painting complexity and softness into molecules. Without it, there would be no trees, no oceans filled with fish, no beating heart lying down now to rest. You are not only surrounded by carbon in the world outside, you are made of it through and through, a direct inheritance from stars that no longer exist, but whose gifts remain. As you lie here, you may picture yourself as a constellation not of light, but of matter. Each cell in your body is a small planet spinning with energy. Each atom is a star in miniature, carrying a history longer than time as you know it. The atoms themselves never die. They shift, they combine, they separate, but they remain eternal travelers. The very hydrogen atoms in your body, billions upon billions of them, have been around since the dawn of the universe, nearly 14 billion years ago. They formed in the first seconds after the Big Bang, born in a storm of creation. Tonight, those same ancient atoms drift in you. Your breath carries the memory of the beginning. This truth, once overwhelming, begins to feel like comfort. You are not fleeting. You are not fragile in the way you once believed. Your form, your story, yes, may change and pass, but the matter within you continues. Long after your breath ceases, the atoms will remain. They will return to the earth, to the air, to the oceans, and perhaps one day to new stars, new worlds, new beings. You are part of a cycle far larger than you can hold in thought, but you can feel it now in the weight of your own body resting gently against your bed. It is as if the stars never left you. They simply transformed, choosing to live again through you. Each time you lift your hand, you're lifting a piece of a long vanished star. Each time you think, you're arranging stardust into patterns of awareness. The mind that reflects on the night sky is itself made of the very matter it reflects upon. You are both the observer and the observed, both the seeker of stars and the starlight seeking itself. There is a gentle humility in this. You are small, yes, but you are not apart. The universe is not outside of you, looking down from the heavens. It is inside you, flowing in your blood, rising in your breath, glowing in the quiet electricity of your brain. You are the cosmos contemplating itself, a soft moment of awareness in the long unfolding of time. Consider for a moment that your body contains more atoms than there are stars in the visible universe. Each atom holds a history, a memory of fire and collapse, a story written long before your life began. To be human is to be both brief and eternal, a momentary shape formed from ageless matter. You are not merely in the universe, you are of it, inseparable, a living continuation of cosmic memory. And when you think of sleep, when you imagine drifting away, it is not an ending, but a return. Sleep is like the universe's own rhythm, the turning of day into night, the ebb and flow of energy, the silence after a burst of light. Just as stars rest and reignite, so do you. Your body knows this rhythm. It was shaped by it. The same cycles that govern galaxies govern the beating of your heart, the length of your breath, the patterns of your dreams. Let yourself picture a star exploding, not in terror, but in beauty, a silent bloom of light scattering elements across space. Those elements travel, they drift, they find one another again, and in time, they become you. You are a gathering of stardust, a pattern drawn for a moment, glowing softly in the great tapestry of the universe. And perhaps, as you drift toward sleep, you feel a kinship with the stars themselves. Their lives are long, but they too fade, they too transform. They do not cling to permanence. They give themselves away so that others may rise. And in that way, they are like you. You too will one day give yourself back, not in fear, but in continuation, in contribution to the cycle of matter and life. The stars teach you that endings are beginnings, that loss is transformation, that death is a form of giving. Now, as your eyes grow heavier, imagine looking upward again. The stars are no longer far away. They are within you, glowing softly, breathing with you. You are the night sky turned inward, the universe remembering itself through a human form. Breathe slowly, and as you breathe, imagine the atoms inside you whispering. They tell you their stories of fire, collapse, drifting, rebirth. They tell you that you belong, that you have always belonged, that you will always belong, and in that deep sense of belonging, you can finally rest. You do not need to hold yourself apart. You are already whole, already infinite in the quietest way. Sleep is not a separation from the stars. It is a reunion with them. As you drift, you return to the very matter that dreamed you into being. And so, your body, your bones, your breath, they all carry you deeper into the night, deeper into the memory of the stars. You are stardust, resting, waiting for the next rhythm of the universe to carry you onward. Because if you are made of stars, then perhaps the stars themselves are breathing with you. And what would it mean, you wonder, to hear their slow and endless breath? Chapter 6. The Dance of Planets. Planets circle their suns in patient paths, like dancers repeating timeless steps. Their gravity is music, pulling and holding, shaping the stage of space. You imagine each orbit as a lullaby, a slow rhythm carrying you forward. The planet's quiet harmony steadies your own sense of balance. When you think of dance, you imagine movement, rhythm, the grace of bodies circling in harmony. Yet no stage on Earth is as wide, no choreography as lasting as the dance of the planets above you, beyond you, in the vastness of space. The worlds of our solar system move endlessly, each held in its place by an invisible music. You may not hear it with your ears, but you can feel it if you are still enough. A rhythm older than life, steadier than time as you know it. The planets do not rush. Their steps are measured, patient, certain. Mercury hurries around the sun in quick circles, a dancer in tight spins, while Neptune drifts slowly, taking nearly 165 Earth years to complete its turn, as though gliding in a waltz stretched across centuries. Together, these orbits weave a silent choreography, each path unique, yet all connected by the sun's guiding pull. The sun itself is the center of this grand ballroom. Its gravity is the music that calls the planets into motion. Gravity does not shout, it does not push or pull in a way you can feel with your skin. Instead, it is like a soft, constant hum, an invisible string that holds the planets steady, guiding their arcs. Without it, the planets would drift away into the cold dark. But with it, they are partners, always circling, always returning, bound in a relationship of trust. Imagine standing in a vast hall where invisible lines trace patterns through space. Each planet follows its own path, elliptical and graceful, never colliding, never straying too far. The paths overlap like layers of a slow moving ballet. If you could see them all at once, you might picture threads of light weaving through darkness, each orbit shimmering like a ring around the sun. These paths are not random. They are bound by resonance, by subtle mathematical harmonies. Jupiter, massive and powerful, keeps time for many of the smaller worlds, its gravity like a drumbeat that sets the rhythm. Pluto, tiny and distant, follows a special pattern with Neptune, their orbits never crossing, but dancing in synchrony, always keeping distance, always respecting the steps. It is as though the planets know one another's movements, responding to invisible cues, keeping balance without words, without thought. And as you listen to your own breath now, you may find a rhythm in yourself that echoes theirs. Inhale, exhale, a cycle, a return. Just as the earth circles the sun, you circle through days and nights, waking and sleeping, always moving, yet always returning. The planets remind you that life itself is a dance of repetition, and there is comfort in that repetition. You are not lost. You are following steps written long ago, steps that will carry you gently forward. The earth, your home, joins this cosmic performance. It does not stand still. Even as you lie here, the earth is in motion, circling the sun at nearly 67,000 miles per hour. Yet you do not feel it. The dance is too smooth, too constant, like a cradle, rocking so steadily you forget it moves at all. You are carried within this motion, rocked by a cosmic lullaby, soothed by the steadiness of orbits that never break. Think of Saturn, adorned with its rings. Those rings are not solid, but countless particles of ice and rock, each one dancing its own orbit, yet together forming the shape of a band. It is a dance within a dance, tiny steps combining to create beauty on a scale too vast to grasp. The rings whisper that harmony can come from many small movements, many small lives, joining together. Your own body, made of countless cells, dances in just this way, billions of small lives forming the grace of your larger self. The planets do not tire, they do not stumble. They have circled the sun for billions of years, and they will circle for billions more. Their patience teaches you something about your own rest. You do not need to hurry. You do not need to force each step. Like the planets, you can move at your own rhythm, trusting that the path is already there, that the music of gravity will carry you. In the quiet of your mind, you may begin to imagine each planet's voice. Mercury hums quickly, its song sharp and bright. Venus, wrapped in clouds, sings a muffled tune, heavy and slow. Mars hums softly, a dry whisper of red deserts. Jupiter booms with a deep resonance, its storm swirling like drums. Saturn sings in harmonics, its rings vibrating like strings of a cosmic harp. Uranus turns sideways, offering an unexpected melody, while Neptune's song is distant, low, a note stretched across centuries. Together, they create a symphony of motion, each note essential, each orbit part of the whole. Your body, too, responds to rhythm. Your heart beats in cycles, your breath flows in waves, even your thoughts move in patterns, circling around memories, hopes, and dreams. When you think of the planets, you see that you are not separate from this cosmic choreography. You are part of it, another dancer in the great hall of the universe. Your steps may be small, but they belong to the same music. There is a quiet humility in knowing this. The planets do not notice us, yet they shape our lives. The tilt of Earth's axis, the length of its orbit, the presence of the moon, all determine the rhythm of seasons, the balance of day and night, the possibilities of life. If Earth's orbit were different, if its dance were altered, your life would not be as it is. Every detail of this choreography makes room for you, for the life you know, for the moment you're resting in now. The planets also remind you of balance. Some orbits are eccentric, stretched long and oval. Some are more circular, steady and even. Yet each finds its place, each completes its journey. Your own life may feel at times more like an oval than a circle, stretched, uneven, uncertain, but still you orbit, still you move forward, still you return. The planets show you that even imperfect paths are part of the harmony. And so, as you breathe slowly, now you may feel as though you are joining them. Imagine floating above the solar system, watching the planets circle below. They move silently, endlessly, like dancers gliding across a stage lit by the sun. Their patience eases your mind. Their certainty calms your heart. You realize you, too, are in motion, part of this grand, slow waltz. You need not control it. You need not fear it. You are already moving with them, already carried by the same gravity, the same music. The dance is not something you join. It is something you have always been part of. And as you sink deeper into rest, you wonder, if planets can dance, what of the light that bathes them? What of the starlight that travels endlessly across space, weaving through darkness to touch their surfaces and your eyes and your dreams? Chapter 7. Light, the traveler of dreams. Every photon, every speck of light is a traveler moving faster than anything else we know. It crosses deserts of darkness to touch your eyes, becoming color, warmth, memory. Some lights began their journeys before humans existed, yet arrived just now for you. You lie still, knowing the universe has been whispering to you all along. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the universe as an ocean of darkness. In that ocean, scattered like drifting lanterns, light travels, tireless, patient, unstoppable. Light is not only what allows you to see, it is also what carries the universe's story, bringing the distant past into your present. Every star you gaze upon, every soft shimmer above you is not just light, It is a messenger, a traveler, a dream crossing time to reach you now. A single photon, the smallest particle of light, is born in fire. It emerges from the heart of a star, released after a long journey within. Inside the sun, photons may take thousands, even millions of years to finally escape, bouncing endlessly through dense plasma. And yet, once they break free into the open void, they race outward at a speed no other traveler can match, the speed of light, nearly 300,000 kilometers per second. To move at that pace is to slip across cosmic distances, to outpace time itself. And so, the light that warms your skin in the daytime has been traveling not just for minutes, but for ages within the sun before it ever touched you. The light you see from a distant star may have begun its journey hundreds, thousands, even millions of years ago. Tonight, as you lie here, the photons arriving in your eyes may have set out long before your ancestors took their first steps. In watching the sky, you are watching history arrive. There is something tender in this. Light does not hurry, yet it never stops. It is constant, faithful, carrying across emptiness the memory of where it came from. It does not weaken as it travels. It simply keeps going until it touches something, a planet, a tree, your waiting eyes. Imagine a letter carried across centuries, opened gently by your hands. That is what starlight is, an ancient letter addressed to you, arriving just now, as though the universe has been saving it for this moment. Think of colors: red, blue, gold. These are not just sensations, they are signatures of light. The way photons reveal their origins, red light comes in longer waves, stretched like slow, deep breaths. Blue light comes in shorter waves, quick and sharp, like whispers. Each star sings in its own colors, and your eyes, delicate instruments, translate those vibrations into the hues you know. You are not just seeing color, you are hearing the voices of stars, translated into a language your body can understand. And then there is warmth. The light of the sun, when it touches your skin, becomes heat, a gentle reminder that light is not only sight, but energy. Plants use this energy to grow, transforming light into food, into life. In this way, every meal you eat, every breath you take, is made possible by light. You carry sunlight in your body, woven into your muscles, your bones, your breath. You do not only see light, you live because of it. As you breathe slowly now, imagine yourself as a traveler alongside these photons. You drift through space with them, gliding silently past worlds and stars. You see them slipping through the vast dark, never pausing, never turning back. Some pass near black holes and bend, their paths curved by gravity's embrace. Some scatter when they meet dust, painting clouds with soft glows. And some travel straight and true, carrying their message across billions of years. Light also teaches you about time, because it moves so fast, but not infinitely. It reveals the past to you. When you look at the moon, you see it not as it is now, but as it was just over a second ago. When you look at the sun, you see it as it was 8 minutes ago. When you look at the nearest stars, you see them as they were years ago. The farther you gaze, the deeper into the past you travel. The universe has no single present moment. It is a woven fabric of times, all carried to you on beams of light. And so, lying here, you realize that your eyes are time machines. With every glance at the stars, you look backward. You see the history of the cosmos unfolding in real time, one photon at a time. You do not need to imagine the past. It shines upon you quietly, endlessly. There is poetry in the way light moves without weight. It has no mass, yet it shapes everything. It bends around stars, paints the colors of sunsets, forms rainbows in drops of water. It can split into many hues through a prism, revealing that it carries all colors within it. Light is both wave and particle, both movement and matter, both mystery and certainty. You do not need to solve its paradox. You need only let it remind you that the universe itself is full of quiet contradictions, and that is part of its beauty. Perhaps the most comforting truth about light is that it connects. A photon leaving a star touches your eye, and in that moment, you're joined across space and time to something vast, something far away. You are not isolated. You are woven into the fabric of the cosmos by strands of light that travel without ceasing. The stars you admire are not just above you, they are in conversation with you, reaching across darkness to remind you that you belong. Even in darkness, light is present. It may be faint, hidden, stretched thin, but it never truly disappears. When a star's light fades from view, the photons still move, scattering outward forever. When you close your eyes, photons still arrive at your skin. Your body still absorbs their warmth. Darkness is not the absence of light, but the soft canvas upon which light can be seen. And now, as sleep begins to draw near, you can think of dreams as a kind of light within you. Dreams illuminate your inner world, just as starlight illuminates the sky. They move across the darkness of your mind, creating shapes, stories, colors. Your dreams are made of the same matter as light, electrical signals, tiny sparks of energy in your brain. In dreaming, you carry the universe's light inside you, glowing quietly in the theater of your rest. So tonight, as you drift, imagine yourself surrounded by beams of light, ancient and new, weaving a cocoon of radiance around you. You are resting inside a story carried by photons, the story of stars, of suns, of time itself. You are both the dreamer and the dreamed, both the one who receives the light and the one who shines it back in your own way. Light is endless in its journey, and in its endlessness, it asks a quiet question. What holds it? What guides it? What keeps it tethered across billions of miles? As you sink deeper into sleep, you begin to wonder about the invisible hand that cradles not only the light, but also the stars, the planets, and even you, the silent guide known as gravity. Chapter 8. Gravity, the silent guide. Gravity is the soft hand that holds the universe together. It keeps stars burning, planets dancing, oceans breathing with tides. It binds your body to Earth, even as it lets your thoughts drift free. Tonight, you float in its embrace, learning how the cosmos stays whole. Close your eyes and feel the quiet pull beneath you. The mattress holds your weight, the earth holds the mattress, and something deeper holds you both. That something is gravity. You do not see it, you do not hear it, yet every moment of your life, it whispers its guidance, reminding you that you belong to the earth. Gravity is the first embrace you ever knew. The moment you were born, before you opened your eyes, it pressed you gently against the world, saying, "You are here, you are held." And still, as you lie now, breathing softly, it keeps your body tethered, your blanket anchored, your heartbeat grounded. Without it, there would be no down, no direction, no safe place to rest. But gravity is more than what pins you to your bed. It is the silent guide of the cosmos, the thread that weaves galaxies into spirals, the sculptor that carves orbits into elegant curves. Without it, stars would scatter, planets would drift, and you would not exist. Imagine the universe as a vast dance hall, dark and endless. Gravity is the music. It sets the rhythm to which everything sways. Planets circle stars, moons circle planets. Stars swirl in galaxies. All are dancers, and gravity is the tune. Think of the tides. Twice a day, the oceans lean toward the moon, pulled by its invisible touch. As the earth turns, the seas rise and fall, like breathing. You may not notice it, but each wave at the shore, each hush of surf, is the moon's gravity brushing against your world. The moon does not pull strongly. It is far away and small compared to Earth. But even so, its whisper is enough to move whole oceans. Now think of the sun. Its gravity is what keeps Earth in orbit, guiding our world on its year-long path around the star. Without the sun's embrace, Earth would wander aimlessly through the cold. With it, Earth traces a steady circle, keeping the seasons, keeping time, keeping you safe within its warmth. Your body, too, is shaped by gravity. Your muscles have grown strong because they have always worked against it. Your bones are dense because they have carried your weight. If you were to live where gravity is weaker, on the moon, for example, you would float more easily, but your body would begin to change. Muscles would soften, bones would lighten, as though your body were remembering a different rhythm. Gravity has been your teacher all along, shaping you without words. Gravity has no edge, no beginning or end. It reaches across space endlessly, growing weaker with distance, but never vanishing. Even the smallest pebble has its own gravity, a faint tug that, in theory, extends to the farthest star. You are both held and a holder. The earth tugs on you, yes, but you too tug on the earth. Your pull is unimaginably small, yet it exists. You are part of the great web of attraction that binds all things together. Einstein once described gravity not as a pull, but as a bending of space and time. Imagine placing a ball on a stretched sheet. The sheet curves beneath it, and any smaller ball nearby rolls inward. In the same way, the sun bends space itself, and Earth follows the curve. To you, it feels like being pulled. To the universe, it is a dance along curved paths. Space is not empty. It is soft, pliable, shaped by every star, every planet, every breath of matter. This bending of space means that even light, which has no mass, is guided by gravity. Starlight bends around galaxies, creating cosmic mirages called gravitational lenses. Through these, astronomers can see even farther, peering at galaxies otherwise hidden. Gravity not only holds the present together, it reveals the past, letting us glimpse ancient light. Now, picture a black hole. Gravity at its most intense. A star collapses, crushing itself into a point so small, so dense, that space bends completely inward. Not even light escapes. Around the black hole, space swirls like water down a drain, and time itself stretches. Black holes sound frightening, but in truth, they are quiet places, hidden far from you, reminding you that gravity has many forms. Gentle here, overwhelming there. In your own life, you experience gravity mostly as comfort. The pull that keeps your feet on the ground is the same force that ensures the stars remain in the skies. The hug of Earth beneath you is the same embrace that keeps galaxies turning. There is no separation between the personal and the cosmic. Every time you take a step, every time you let yourself sink into rest, you are participating in gravity's endless dance. Imagine yourself floating now, slowly, in a great open space. At first, you drift freely, directionless. Then, from far away, you feel a tug. You cannot see its source, but it draws you gently. This is how planets move, how comets wander, how galaxies gather. Nothing is ever truly lost in the cosmos. All are connected, guided, attracted. You too are never lost. Gravity always holds you in its web. Even as you close your eyes tonight, gravity is at work. The moon lifting the oceans, the earth circling the sun, the stars whirling in galaxies, black holes shaping invisible currents. All this motion, all this order happens in silence, without noise or fuss. Gravity does not need to shout. It is the quiet hand that ensures everything remains in harmony. And perhaps that is why it feels so peaceful to think of gravity before sleep. It is a reminder that you are not falling endlessly, not adrift in chaos. You are held firmly, softly, eternally. Even as your thoughts float away into dreams, your body rests in the certainty of being guided. But now, as you drift deeper, another quiet question rises. If gravity is the embrace that holds matter together, what is the stillness that cradles your mind beyond stars, beyond planets? There is a greater hush, the background, the silence, the cosmic sea itself. And so you turn your attention to the vast quiet that fills everything, the cosmic ocean of silence that awaits in the next chapter. Chapter 9: The Hidden Heart of Black Holes. At the centers of galaxies, black holes wait, silent and unseen. They are not monsters, but mysterious keepers of gravity, where light itself bows. Their presence is both terrifying and strangely comforting. They are order in chaos. As you drift, you wonder what it means to hold so much power by being so still. You lie in the quiet, your breath steady, your body cradled by the gravity of Earth. But your thoughts drift farther, beyond the familiar planets, past the stars, into the hearts of galaxies. There, in places you cannot see with your eyes, something waits, something silent, invisible, yet profoundly powerful. It is a black hole. The words may stir unease at first. Black hole, the name suggests danger, something that swallows everything in its reach. But tonight, you do not approach it with fear. Tonight, you let yourself see black holes as they truly are, the hidden hearts of galaxies, the still centers around which so much of the universe turns. A black hole begins its life in fire. Picture a massive star, many times larger than the sun. It burns fiercely for millions of years, fusing lighter elements into heavier ones, sustaining itself with its own furnace. But even stars cannot last forever. When its fuel runs out, the star collapses inward, its own gravity crushing it tighter and tighter, until it folds space itself into a well so deep that not even light can climb out. That collapse is the birth of a black hole. But black holes are not only born in death, some are ancient, seated at the dawn of the universe, growing slowly as galaxies formed around them. These are the supermassive black holes, millions or billions of times heavier than the sun. They sit at the centers of galaxies like hidden anchors, invisible yet essential. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, holds such a heart. Sagittarius A black hole 4 million times the mass of our sun. If you were to drift near one, not too close, but close enough to feel its influence, you would notice something strange. Light from stars behind it would bend around it, wrapping and distorting, creating arcs and rings of brilliance. This is gravitational lensing, the bending of light itself by curved space. The black hole reveals its presence not by shining, but by shaping the light of others. And if you wandered closer, you would find an invisible boundary, the event horizon. This is the edge of no return, the surface beyond which nothing, not light, not sound, not matter, can escape. To you, it would appear as a dark sphere, perfectly black against the stars. Yet just outside this horizon, space becomes wild. Gas and dust swirl into a glowing disk, heated by their spiraling fall. These accretion disks blaze brighter than whole galaxies, releasing X-rays and radio waves, flickering like cosmic beacons. Still closer, time itself begins to stretch. Einstein's theory of relativity tells us that gravity and time are woven together. Near a black hole, gravity grows so intense that time slows compared to the outside world. To an observer far away, you would seem frozen at the edge, never crossing. But to you, within your own experience, you would fall smoothly inward. Time becomes relative. Gravity is not just a force, it is the shape of existence. Strangely, black holes are not endless pits of hunger. They are more like keepers of order. Without them, galaxies might not hold their shape. Stars might not orbit in such steady patterns. In their silence, black holes provide balance. They remind you that even in chaos, there can be structure. Even in darkness, there can be harmony. Think of their paradox. They are the most invisible objects, yet they define the very architecture of galaxies. They take in light, yet reveal the universe's deepest truths. They are the greatest stillness, yet engines of cosmic motion. Their mystery is not menace, it is wonder. Even now, astronomers listen to their whispers. In 2019, for the first time, humanity glimpsed the shadow of a black hole, a dark circle surrounded by a glowing halo of light, captured by the Event Horizon Telescope. It was not a monster's face, it was a cosmic portrait, a reminder of how vast and strange and beautiful reality is. And black holes may not be the ends we once thought. Some theories suggest they evaporate slowly over unimaginable spans of time, releasing their energy back into the universe. Others imagine that they may connect to other places, other universes, though no proof has yet come. What we know is this: black holes are not nothing, they are something. They are the still centers where gravity shows its deepest nature. Now bring this thought back to yourself. Inside your own life, there are places of stillness, places that do not move or shine, yet shape everything around them. The quiet presence of love, the memory of someone dear, the steady rhythm of your breath. Black holes are not so different. They are the stillness that gives form to the dance. As you drift into sleep, think of yourself as a galaxy, and somewhere in your center, a calm black hole rests, not devouring, not destroying, but holding the whole pattern together. Around it, your thoughts orbit, your feelings swirl, your memories gather. The hidden heart of you is silence, and in that silence, there is strength. You are not afraid of this silence. You welcome it. For just as galaxies need their hidden hearts, so too do you. And yet, as you sink deeper, a new thought arrives. Black holes are the darkest things we know, but even they cannot hide from the one traveler that touches everything. Light. Light bends. Light lingers. Light reveals. The next step of your journey leads there, to the gentle, endless traveler that carries the dreams of the cosmos across space and time. Chapter 10. The Future Sky. You cannot see. The universe is still unfolding, still creating stars, still reshaping its endless pattern. New constellations will form, others will fade, galaxies will drift apart. Your own life is part of this flow, carried gently forward into what comes next. You close your eyes knowing the sky's story continues, even as you sleep. Tonight, you rest beneath the night sky as it is, the constellations arranged in familiar patterns, the planets circling patiently, the Milky Way stretched like a river of light. It feels eternal, as though the stars have always been this way and always will be. Yet the truth is softer, stranger, more moving. The sky you see is only a moment, a single frame in a film that spans billions of years. The universe is not still. It is a living story, a process unfolding in slow motion, a river flowing forward without pause. What you see tonight is not what people saw thousands of years ago, nor what future eyes will see thousands of years from now. Constellations, which seem fixed, are only temporary arrangements drawn by chance from stars scattered across space. Over time, they shift. Orion, the hunter, will loosen his belt. The Big Dipper will spill and scatter. New shapes will emerge, stories yet to be told. Even the Milky Way itself is moving. Our galaxy drifts toward Andromeda, its nearest neighbor of equal size. In 4 billion years, they will meet, colliding in a slow, magnificent dance. Stars will swirl and weave, creating new forms, new clusters, new brilliance. To us, it sounds cataclysmic, but in truth, most stars will never collide at all. Space is vast. The galaxies will pass through one another, merging over eons, creating a new, larger galaxy. To future beings, the sky will hold patterns we cannot imagine, unfamiliar, breathtaking, theirs alone. And what of the stars themselves? Even they are temporary. Some, like red dwarfs, burn so slowly they will last for trillions of years, glowing long after our sun is gone. Others, heavier and brighter, live fast and end in spectacular explosions, scattering elements into space. The seeds of new stars, new planets, new lives. Every end in the cosmos is also a beginning. Our sun, too, has a future. For now, it burns steadily, a warm and reliable star, already halfway through its life. But in 5 billion years, it will swell into a red giant, expanding so large it may swallow Mercury and Venus, perhaps even Earth. Its outer layers will drift away into space, forming a glowing shell, a planetary nebula. At the center, a white dwarf will remain, a small, dense star, cooling slowly over time. The Earth as you know it will be gone, but the atoms that make up your world, the calcium in your bones, the oxygen in your breath, the carbon in your cells, will drift outward, ready to form new worlds. Farther into the future, galaxies themselves will drift apart. The universe is expanding, Stretching like an endless fabric over billions and trillions of years, distant galaxies will slip away beyond our sight, their light stretched until it fades into darkness. Someday, only our local cluster, the stars and galaxies closest to us, will remain visible. To beings, then, the universe will seem smaller, lonelier, though it will still be as vast as ever, and farther still, beyond imagining, comes the slow fading. Stars will burn out, one by one. Black holes will swallow what remains. Even they will eventually evaporate into faint whispers of radiation. The universe will not end in fire, but in silence. Not a sudden stop, but a long, slow exhale. Yet do not feel sadness at this thought. Instead, feel wonder, for you are here, in this moment, while the stars still burn brightly, while galaxies still dance, while the universe is alive with color and sound. You are awake within the great unfolding, able to look up and see the night sky, able to wonder, able to dream. That is its own kind of miracle. The future sky you cannot see is a reminder that you are part of something far greater than your own years. Your life, your breath, your heartbeat are threads in the same tapestry that stretches across time. You carry the atoms of ancient stars, and someday those atoms will carry forward into futures you cannot imagine. Nothing is ever lost. Everything changes form. Everything flows onward. As you lie here, feel the comfort of that truth. The stars above you are already in motion, already becoming something new. You, too, are part of that motion, carried gently forward. Your story does not end with you. It continues in the people you touch, in the atoms you pass on, in the great rhythm of existence itself. So you close your eyes, not with fear, but with peace. For though the sky of tomorrow will be different, though galaxies will shift and stars will fade, the essence remains the same. The universe is always creating, always reshaping, always singing its quiet song. And you are within that song forever. The sky you cannot see is already waiting. It will hold new wonders, new patterns, new dreams. And while you may not be there to see them, you are already part of them, woven into their beginning. Let that thought cradle you now, like the softest blanket. The story of the universe continues, endlessly, beautifully, even as you drift into sleep.